So now India has won the fourth test match at Oval and they have taken a lead of 2-1 in the series. And with this victory, they have made sure that India now can't lose the series. Either they will win the series or this series will end in a draw. And this is an amazing victory for India. First of all, congratulations to India for this amazing victory. And English fans must be quite sad and devastated by this loss. They must be heartbroken, I would say. And Indian fans must be on clouds now since their team has attained this victory after an innings defeat in the third match. So now talking about how things went in on day 5 in this match, I felt that England were definitely going for a victory, chasing this huge total of 373. They had a good start on day 4 when they ended at 73 for no loss. But on day 5, somewhere they just couldn't go into the third and fourth gear. Their batting just crawled in the first and second gear only. I think they were going for the victory. They wanted to go for the victory, but somehow their batsmen couldn't execute it properly. They were just not good enough. Now you must be thinking, you must be finding it strange why I am saying that they were going for victory. I will give you few instances. Like if you see that there were some run-up mix-ups between Rory Burns and David Milan. They were going for quick singles. It happened two times. Once Malan and Hamid managed to escape the run out, but second time Malan got run out. And also Hasib Hamid tried to loft one of the ball of Jadeja over the infield, and when Siraj dropped his catch. So these instances show that they were in fact going for a victory. They wanted to press the run rate. That's why they played these shots. That's why they were playing. They were trying to make those quick singles, but somehow they couldn't attain it. And the openers they batted slowly. They couldn't maintain a good strike rate. And I was surprised by batting of Malan because Malan is considered a T20 specialist, and he made only 5 runs and consumed 33 balls. So the slow batting of top three put a lot of pressure on England. And then when Joe Root came, he needed some support from the other end. He can't do things alone when you are chasing such a huge total. But there were two magical balls by Bumrah. First to Oli Pope and then to Johnny Bairstow, which really put England on the back foot. That was a really fiery spell by Bumrah, and Bumrah put in an extra effort in that spell. He was bowling with more speed, more fire in that spell. He put in an extra effort, and that's what surprised English batsmen. Pope got bowled out, and Bairstow, I would say that was the ball of the series when Bumrah just bamboozled Bairstow with that amazing Yorker. That completely put England on the back foot. And Root also got completely confused at that stage that now what to do? Should we go for the draw? Or because even for going for the draw, they had to bat a lot of overs that at that stage. And when you decide to go for a draw, that means you are already conceding to the defeat. You can't win from that situation. And I would say then Moeen Ali has been a big disappointment for England. England had made Moeen Ali the vice captain for this match. They were expecting that Moeen Ali would step up with his performance and prove to be a match winner, but he got out with a soft dismissal, and that was really disappointing for England. England will have to now look forward that is Moeen Ali the right choice for them, because they decided to rest and drop their main spinners Jack Leach and also their off spinner Dom Bess and gave preference to Moeen Ali. But Moeen Ali failed in this series, and now England will have to look in the future whether Johnny Bairstow and Moeen Ali are the right players for them to play in the test format. And talking about Joe Root dismissal, I felt that at that time Joe Root was had lost his concentration seeing the wickets fall at the other end. And he was a bit disinterested at that stage. He was completely confused. He knew that now the team is going to lose, even if he had stayed there and played, but the wickets were falling at the other end. And that's why I felt that it was not a wicket taking ball of Thakur, but somehow Joe Root, it seems that he had lost his concentration seeing all the wickets fall and seeing that his team is again going to collapse and lose this test match. Joe Root really wanted to win this match, but it was a heartbreaking moment for him. And with Joe Root dismissal, it was quite evident that now the victory will come much earlier. And Indian team definitely proved to be the superior team in this series because Indian team beat England at their home in India when England toured India earlier. They had beaten England 3-1, and now with this victory they have made sure that they can't lose the series. Now either India will win by 2-1 or 3-1, or if England wins the last match then this series will end in a draw. But England needed to win this series to prove that they are as good as India. But England couldn't do it, and that's why Indian team has proved that India cricket team is superior to England team. And Indian team has definitely proved that they are right now the number two team in the world. New Zealand being the world champions, they won the WTC finals, so they are the number one team. But with this victory, they have shown that they are the number two team in the world. The Indian team is better than England and also Australia. Indian team had also beaten Australia at their home, and now Indian team will also go from England without losing the series. So that's why Indian team has now confirmed that their uh, position of runners up in WTC was not a fluke. They were the deserving finalists, and this is really a heartbreaking moment for England because England played their full strength team in this match. In this series, they were not resting any players, they were not doing any rotation of players. Even Root before the series had mentioned that they wanted to win this series and they won't be doing any experimentation or rotation or resting of players. And that's why it is even more devastating for them because they tried their best, but they were simply not good enough. So they will have to look now what type of changes England will need to do in the final match. Will they make any changes? They will have to decide about the future of Bairstow and Moeen Ali. These two have been disappointing in this series. Bairstow hadn't converted his starts into big scores, and his wicket keeping has just been average. So maybe England needs to look at some youngsters like Ben Foakes is there, or maybe bring in a specialist spinner in the form of Jack Leach, and look ahead of Moeen Ali. So this was an amazing victory for India. Again, congratulations for India for this victory. And let's see what happens in the next match. Is England good enough to make a comeback? Are they motivated enough, or are they going to be heartbroken and maybe not put in the full effort? We will have to see in the next match.